Let me check niggas' temperatures for me.
Jazz the ass. You just never know. You get on keep saying like I have a bar though because he kept saying Vicky.
Well, I ain't want to bring up the Gilly. I ain't want to bring up ARAB. Like, stay on this shit, man.
Now let's just say it came out that his story.
Niggas that wild strong, nigga. I'm wild strong.
Yo, what's the word? What's the word, man? Happy Temperature Check Tuesdays. I know. I haven't done the recap for Apollo. Let me just tell y'all the truth, man. It's a 2-day card. The card don't start on time. Like that, it's automatically a wash. I don't have the time to sit around and watch battle rap all day. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. So I think I got like maybe 6 more battles to watch today, but full recap will be dropping. We'll go live tonight. Me and Deadass will go live tonight. We'll do quick recaps. I'm gonna let you know it's going to be very unfiltered. So if you want some honest opinions and some honest critiques, we're not sparing no punches. But outside of the actual battles from this weekend, clearly, hands down, the biggest news in battle rap. Like, you ain't even gotta ask. Don't ask me who I got. First of all, let's just start there. I ain't gotta switch the background. I ain't gotta throw on no cardinal cap. You already know where my allegiance lies. So I see a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of different responses from this about this announcement. For me, I don't give a. It could be just them. Card is sold. I'm there. Houston. September, you know what I'm saying? September 25. Yeah, I'm in H-Town. I'm absolutely in H-Town for this one. But we also got to understand what this is. This battle kind of represents the last of a dying breed. It's obviously more than just a random battle. This is not only a grudge match, I think this is the last of the grudge matches, of like true grudge matches. Like, yeah, Swamp and Easy's going down next month, and salute to Swamp and Easy. Swamp just had a good performance against Chest. Easy, you know what I'm saying? You got some work to do. Respectfully, you got some work to do. But their rivalry doesn't hold a candle to this rivalry. This is one of them rivalries that you know is real. This is one of them rivalries that you know you probably not going to see a storyline like this. This storyline is over a decade old. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of them storylines. Like, this is a Goods and Sue Surf type of, you know what I'm saying? But it's way bigger than, like, it has to be, to me, it's probably the biggest grudge match battle rap has to offer. Again, over a decade in the making. And I think for the one thing you can say about both of them, they both have stood the test of time. I think both of them have been able to come back into this current day at battle rap and fully, you know, kind of, I don't want to say reinvent themselves, but definitely put themselves in the position where they can be well received when it comes to their battles. I think they've done a great job of downloading the latest information on what it takes to be, you know what I'm saying, a top tier, god tier battle rapper. And you've seen them make the adjustments. You've seen both of them be humble for different situations. You know what I'm saying? I think for Hitman, respectfully, I think the easy battle was the one that kind of because it was that and the backlash. It was kind of I think with the Mook, it's the Big K. I think, you know what I'm saying, with Mook is also, you know what I'm saying, being arrested, you know what I'm saying, being arrested live. I can't lie. Being arrested live, drunk, can't lie. You definitely been in some shit with, you know what I'm saying, you got the Drake pillow talking. You got a lot of incidences in modern day battle rap, Mook. I can't lie. You got a lot of instances. You got a lot of, Hitman got a lot of material to pull from. But when this comes to this battle rapping, I got to give you your flowers. I do. And everybody know, like, I have never been the biggest Murder Mook fan. I just haven't. I didn't understand the allure. I'm looking at the record. I'm looking at the resume. I'm looking at the battles. I'm like, y'all got to make it make sense. I don't see what y'all see. However, recent showings would prove otherwise. I ain't going to lie. Boy, Murder Mook been kind of cooking. Mook been kind of cooking from the Geechee to the twerk to we just seen him 30 Arsenal, respectfully. And a beautiful 30, like a flawless 30. One of the probably the best Mook I've ever seen personally in active battle rap, man. Like watching his battles in real time. Again, you think about Hitman Holla's. Again, like I said, I think his biggest loss for me personally was probably the easy loss, and it didn't have as much to do with the battle and his performance per se, but it was everything after that. You know what I'm saying? But again, both of them, you look at where Hitman Holla continues to be just a pillar when it comes to this battle rap thing. You see what he got going on with Bags and Bodies. Him, Chilla Jones would take over Battle League. Easy to Block Captain. Like some of they've really kind of held the culture down in a spot where URL honestly has been absent. And we just gonna keep it a band. Like, yeah, they collaborating with leagues, and yeah, they buying battles. They're buying particular battles. That's one thing I want to say about the URL. They're buying particular battles from other platforms and putting them on their card. Now, whether that's, hey, we let y'all have this battle, y'all can book it yourselves, and it can be shown on y'all platform, and then we're taking the battle to the app. You know what I'm saying? However they shaking it out. Again, watch how many. I'm very curious to see how many of these battles from Apollo actually end up on that URL app. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that real quick. But again, getting back to Hitman Holla and Murder Mook. With a grudge match like this, I don't think there's a gray area. I don't think there is anybody in the battle rap community that's kind of like not like lukewarm as in what they thoughts on Murder Mook or Hitman Holla. Those are two of the most polarizing figures in battle rap, and so they're gonna come with the most polarizing opinions about battle when it comes to how people feel about them. The promotion that is going to take place for this battle, again, is something we may not ever see. We might not ever see. I just think this is a battle. Also, when you talk about this grudge match, this is a battle that niggas don't really pick a side. Like the reason why I'm going to Houston is because I am personally invested in the Murder Mook and Hitman Holla grudge match. I am personally invested in that storyline. I don't feel like that's just Hitman Holla versus Murder Mook. I feel like that's St. Louis versus New York. I do. I feel like it's St. Louis versus New York. I feel like it is Smack DVDs versus the, you know what I'm saying, versus the URL, what we now know as today's current battle rap. I feel like this is a generational battle. You got somebody like Hitman Holla who has made his name and his career off of battling people in his class, not necessarily battling up saying, I want this person. I think it takes a lot for someone that likes a Hitman Holla to say, I want to battle him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's usually the other way around, and he just makes sure that it makes sense for both of them at that time. But again, I think for Murder Mook, this is a battle where you're talking about redemption. This is a full circle. Like, I think this performance by Murder Mook, this battle by Murder Mook, really brings his fandom and his battle rap career to me full circle. Again, we've seen Murder Mook probably at the lowest of his lows. And I feel like we have seen him ascend to what we just saw against Arsenal on Winter Madness, which again was a clear 30, a beautiful 30, a flawless 30. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want to call them, a Mortal Kombat fatality, whatever adjective you need to do to explain what Murder Mook did to Arsenal. You can do what you got to do. Handle your handle. But I think for Hitman and for Murder Mook, every time Hitman battles, they always say, oh, this is the biggest battle of your career, Murder Mook. They've never really said that about Mook, though. I don't know how many times people have said, Murder Mook, this is the biggest battle of your career. But let's not make no mistake about it. This is the biggest battle of both of their careers. I don't give a damn what they say. This battle will define a legacy. Like Hitman Holla. I have Hitman Holla on my personal Mount Rushmore. I have Hitman Holla on mine. But I know everybody seemingly has Murder Mook. Let me say that again. I personally have Hitman on my personal Mount Rushmore. But who is cemented in pretty much everybody's Mount Rushmore in the culture? It's Murder Mook. So if Hitman Holla wants that spot, if he wants to knock a Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying, down a peg or two, I think this is the biggest battle of his life. And then let's not make no mistake about it. Hitman, you're not just battling Murder Mook. Oh no, you're not just battling Murder Mook. You know that, I know that. Everybody knows that. You battling all of Dot Mob. So you battling Snake Eyes. You know what I'm saying? You battling T-Rex. You battling everybody that looks up to Murder Mook. Most New York rappers do. Most people in the battle rap community have his status as such an allure that you and him get mentioned in a very rarefied area. It's not many people that can be in the same sentence when it comes to battle rap like a Hitman Holla. But again, this is a grudge match that's over 10 years strong now. Hitman, this is what I would say to you. I know in your promotion for Miss Hustle, you used a lot of, they said you was the female hitman. You was the female hitman. Well, Murder Mook is going to say that the same. He's going to present that same type of case to you. They said you was the Midwest Mook. They never said Mook was the New York hitman. So you're going to have to play defense against that. Because all is fair in battle rap. So you're going to have to play defense on that. This is going to be a very entertaining battle. I'm really just excited for it. Again, shout out Takeover Battle League, September 2025. Hitman Holla Murder Mook is going down in Houston. And shout out Hitman because Hitman and Miss Hustle just dropped on Bags and Bodies. I thought that was a very good battle. I ain't gonna lie, hey, Miss Hustle first round, I was scared for Holla. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared for Holla after that first. I said, my Lord. But you do what you do. It's definitely a marathon. It's definitely not a sprint. But again, legacy, impact. This is one of them battles that we're gonna be talking about for years to come. This is one of them, especially when you talk about battles that the culture is propped up and really put on a pedestal. Even the Daylight and Rum Nitty. And I'm gonna say this in my recap. It didn't live up to expectations. It didn't. I know Daylight's third round was amazing, but we're not about to sit here and act like it lived up to the expectations that we had for this. We put that battle on such a pedestal. Remember, that battle was more sought than Loaded Lux and Rum Nitty. Huh? Again, that battle was more sought after than Loaded Lux and Rum Nitty. And we thought Loaded Lux and Rum Nitty not only met the expectations, but exceeded expectations. Can Hitman and Murder Mook, can they live up to the expectations of a 10-year grudge match? And with Murder Mook, he's not only is he a Mount Rushmore when it comes to his overall battle rap, he's also one of the greatest anglers. But then in the same breath, Hitman and Holla is one of the best storytellers. This is going to be such a style clash. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be in the building for this battle. I just need to know the exact date. I need to know the venue. That way I can get the B&B and book my flight. But other than that, y'all got to know I'm in the city. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I said at the beginning of the year, it wasn't too many battles, too many events that was gonna get me to pop out outside. Ironically, Apollo probably would have been the one I would have popped out outside, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I waited because this is the one. So you ain't gotta ask where my Cardinal cap is at. You'll see it. You ain't gotta ask who I got winning. You'll see it. But what I expect to see is one of the greatest battles battle rap has to offer. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Again, shout out to everybody in the listening section. Make sure that y'all pull up tonight. We will be doing a live recap of all day 1, day 2 Apollo card. And it's going to be completely unfiltered because we ain't really got that time to be sitting here trying to break down all them bars. I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that feeling that you got. You said Mook rap for 22 minutes. That's 3 rounds plus a freestyle, 2-1 at murder of a hitman. Again, if you got murder Mook winning this battle, I can't be mad at you for that. I can't be not after what I've seen after watching the evolution of Murder Mook these past 3-4 battles. I can't be mad at that. I don't think anyone who just watched that Arsenal, maybe I need to go back and watch Murder Mook versus Arsenal. Again, another one of them 10 plus years long-standing grudge matches. You seen what he did, but you also know Hitman Holla's win-loss recipe when it comes to grudge matches. He don't lose a lot of grudge matches. I ain't gonna lie to you. K-Shine is a win. Tay Rock is a win. You know what I'm saying? Cassidy. I had Hitman Holla beating Cassidy, but you know, you said Verb beat Mook. I'm not saying Mook's unbeatable. I'm definitely not saying Mook is unbeatable, but I think this is gonna be the best Mook we've seen in years. It's gonna be better than the Arsenal. I think Hitman Holla, this is going to be the best Hitman Holla that we've seen in years. It's going to be better than Ill Will. This is going to be, again, this will define a legacy. This is the last of a dying breed because we don't have too many more battles that have this type of storyline. We don't have these many battles left in the culture that has this type of animosity between the battlers. Like, we don't have to ask if they like each other or not. We know they don't like each other. We don't have to ask, are they gonna get personal? Hell yeah, they about to get personal. We don't have to ask if they're going to show up for 3 rounds. We know they about to show up for 3 rounds. This is going to be a very, very interesting battle. Again, like I said, this is the last of a dying breed. This is definitely going to define a legacy. This will define a legacy. Again, they have been great for 20 plus years at this point. 20 plus years, probably half of their life has been dedicated to this sport. And I think for them personally, for both of them, this is the pinnacle of both of their careers. And I just can't wait to be in the building for it. So that's all I wanted to say, man. Again, pull up tonight. We will be recapping all of day 1 and day 2 on Apollo. Shout out Takeover Battle League. Shout out Chilla Jones. Shout out Chilla Jones. But I appreciate everybody. Mook, Hitman, Houston, Bulletproof, September 2025. It's going to be a movie. But y'all already know what this is, and y'all know exactly what I do. This is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And you know the motto. We ain't just getting started. Being here.